Candyman, 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 Candyman. What? I'm not gonna say that shit 5 times.
Here we go! This night, you gotta find that nightmares do come true. We will find you. Treat, treat. This night, you gotta find that people.
What's up, guys? Welcome to 31 Days of Horror, Year 3. This is Day 3. I am Morgan Film Fan. Let's jump into some scares. So Candyman Farewell to the Flesh is the second installment in the Candyman trilogy. This one being directed by Bill Condon. Condon. And starring Tony Todd again as Candyman. And Kelly Rowan. And Timothy Carhart. Not really familiar with those names, but I'm guessing Kelly Rowan is the lead actress in here. This was released by Scream Factory. Very nice release. I actually just finished watching Candyman to prepare for this one, the original Candyman. And I heard the third one sucks, but I'm probably still going to watch it eventually. So getting into the synopsis, this film begins right away with a backstory on Candyman and his origins. And you get this professor from Cambridge University, I believe, a Cambridge scholar, explaining the origins of Candyman and how he became to be and where he gets his hook for a hand and why he always has bees all over him. Now, this scholar doesn't believe that Candyman actually exists, but he certainly believes in the myth and the stories that are famous about Candyman. Candyman is still known to be just a urban legend, basically. Even though there has been murders, they've never actually been connected to a spirit that comes out of a mirror. So nobody actually takes Candyman seriously unless they end up being murdered by Candyman, of course. And then we're introduced to this character named Ethan, whose father has been murdered by Candyman, and he claims that it was due to this scholar named Purcell that his father tested Candyman for himself. This guy Ethan's father has also been obsessed with the Candyman forever, because that's kind of the trope of Candyman. People get obsessed with him to the point where they start to look into him so much until they end up finding him and, you know, getting murdered by this myth. So this Purcell guy, this university professor, is murdered in a bar, and of course Ethan is the prime suspect because his murder matched the same one as his father. So they're investigating him because these two people died in the same way, and one being his father, this one being a guy that he is pissed off at. And there was a bunch of witnesses who witnessed him threatening this guy, so he's the prime suspect. He has a sister named Annie, who's the main character of the film, and she is always being chased down by paparazzi because her brother is on trial for murder of 2 people and possibly more, and she's basically looking into the investigation herself because she believes her brother's innocent, but she doesn't believe in the Candyman herself until she goes to, you know, kind of look for him herself, kind of thing. So Annie pretty much is desperate to dive into the legend of Candyman. She ends up going to her childhood home, which she was raised in, which is now abandoned and basically has homeless people just crashing there, kind of thing. She ends up finding this whole, like, room, like attic full of graffiti and this sanctuary of Candyman, which kind of links to her father, her deceased father, being obsessed with him and all that. And she doesn't really believe in the legend at first, so she summons the Candyman. She's a teacher, so she summons the Candyman with her classroom because all the kids are terrified of this guy, and she wants to prove to the students that he's not real. Well, that's how he starts coming after her. So he ends up, murdering her husband, which is actually a really nice kill. And yeah, she kind of ends up in a situation where, be careful what you wish for, kind of thing. So like I said, yeah, it's basically the origins of Candyman, and I'm not going to get into spoilers about how, what exactly goes down, but there's a lot of like family ties that she discovers through herself and her mother, and things that connect to a lot of history. And another thing about the Candyman, like I was saying at the beginning, how he gets his hook and how he, the bees and all that. I'll just say that basically he was a black man involved with a white woman back in the Civil War and slavery days. And that's pretty much how he ended up becoming the evil Legend of Candyman that he is in modern day. Well, 90s modern day. But yeah, thoughts. I really like the origin story aspect of it because they didn't touch on that in the first film. So as a whole film that dedicates itself to how Candyman came to be, that's pretty cool. Tony Todd is as good as he was in the first film. He's vicious and brutal. He really dives into his character. I love that. This just feels like a little bit of a watered down version of the original. It's not as it's not as put together well. The direction's quite weaker. It doesn't live up to, what it started as, kind of thing. It's still decent and it's still entertaining enough, but it's just, like I said, if the best way I can describe it is it feels like a watered down version of the first film. There's this narrator, because it takes place in New Orleans. There's this radio broadcaster who every once in a while he'll talk like throughout the movie. It kind of sounds like a narration, but he has this like super New Orleans accent, and he's just so annoying. Every time he comes on, it kept driving me nuts. I'm like, this guy again? And he talks like a radio host. He's like talking about Mardi Gras, because this Mardi Gras is coming up in this film, and all these events are happening during Mardi Gras. And he keeps on talking about that and just going on and on with this stupid accent. I'm just like, shut up. It doesn't even relate anything to the plot of the film. It's just some radio guy talking every once in a while about how carnival in Latin means farewell to the flesh. Okay. Cool story. The acting sure feels over the top. I don't know about the acting is kind of bad in this film. Everybody just, I think they just feel way over the top. The way, like, the things they say and how they say them, just, it all seems cranked to 11. It's just, it comes off as cheesy in my opinion. There's a couple during Mardi Gras that's completely banging on the street. Guy's got the girl pinned against the wall and she's completely naked. I wonder if that shit actually happens in Mardi Gras. I'm pretty interested to find out if people actually screw on the streets in front of like crowds. That'd be pretty sweet. And there's a scene where I'm gonna say somebody gets stung by a bunch of bees, and they're saying that they've never experienced more pain in their entire life, but they have no expression on their face. Like, none. There's no screaming, no agony, nothing. They're just like, I've never experienced more pain in my life, and there's like hundreds of bees on this person, and no expression on their face. Oh boy. But yeah, that's basically all my thoughts on this film. It's a nice release from Scream Factory. It comes with a commentary, which I still intend to listen to, and a few interviews, but I certainly would say stick to the first, but it served its purpose, that's for sure. I would come in at a 40 out of 100. Why out of 100? I hate decimals. And again, with the rating films in the moment, like I said yesterday, I gave it a 39. I think I would raise it to maybe a 43 or 44. Yesterday's film that I reviewed, Dark Skies. But yeah, that's all I gotta say for that. Till next time, until tomorrow, I cannot wait to review next film actually, and the few that are coming. There's gonna be some gore fests coming, that's for sure. But anyways, that's all for tonight. Till tomorrow, cheers. I'm Morgan Film Fan. Please subscribe. It would mean the world to me. And until next time.